Microphone check 1212, coming live from the atrium. It's your boy, Mr. ID. As always, representing the pinnacle downtown sector of Jersey City. You already know. And just got a few stories for you guys. Yeah, I'm going to redo that. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I got stories and I don't know. Shit stories. That's what I got. Hello? Mic check? I don't know. Got a guy charged in Mollie Tibbets' death who worked at a prominent Republican family farm. His name is Cristhian. It's not Christian because it's Thian. Cristhian Rivera. I don't know where he's from. Story doesn't say, but they do say he's an illegal immigrant. He is here illegally. You know that people are going to make a big shit about that. Like, people that have their papers don't murder people too. But, that's Trump's whole thing, is that if we got rid of all the illegal immigrants, then, things like this wouldn't happen. A story like this just bolsters his case. The man, Cristhian Rivera, is accused in the death of a 20-year-old University of Iowa student. In a statement Tuesday night, Dane Lang of Yarraby Farms said Rivera was an employee in good standing and was shocked to hear Rivera was implicated in the death of Mollie Tibbets. It just goes on and on. I mean, this low-life piece of shit. From what I could tell, 5'6", maybe 5'7". He's standing in front of some type of, let me see if I could do this. Let me see if I got you guys. I'm still trying to figure out how to, this fucking jerk off. Woo, this fucking asshole. Yeah, he worked for some prominent motherfuckers down in Iowa. Let's see if this one's any better. I really have to get this whole thing popping. I should be able to put this on the screen. Like, there. Maybe in the box or something, in the corner. I don't know. I'm not really interested in this story. It does shit for me. That's why I'm not, enthused, spitting it like it fucking matters. Of course it matters. God bless the girl who died, Mollie Tibbets. Fucking 20 years old, in college, doing things with her life. And this fucking jerk-off had to fucking kill her. For whatever reason. They don't have a fucking motive. Or if they do, they're not releasing it. They wouldn't even release who he actually worked for. Like, they're being vague about who his boss immediately was. Probably was hired by that prominent GOP guy, which is why they want to keep it in the dark. Yeah, they won't disclose his employer. He's lived in the area for 4 to 7 years. That's a big fucking gap. I don't know, man. He worked for 4 years and passed the government's vetting process. Investigators visited the farm Monday to speak with employees. He was in the country without proper legal documents. I'm telling you, they're going to make a big shit about that. I already know. In the wake of Rivera's arrest, Republicans, including President Donald Trump and Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, inveighed against the invade, I don't know what the fuck that means, against the country's immigration system. I don't know. You knew that was coming. Trump alluded to the case at a rally in West Virginia on Tuesday. You heard about today with the illegal alien coming in, very sadly, from Mexico, and you saw what happened to that incredible, beautiful young woman, he said, shaking his head. Should have never happened. Mollie Tibbets was last seen the night of July 18th. And then this fucking asshole. Well, they say she was last seen on surveillance footage running along Boundary and Middle Streets in her hometown, Brooklyn, Iowa, about 70 miles east of Des Moines. Rivera allegedly followed her in a black Chevy Malibu. Rivera parked his car and started running alongside and behind her. She pulled out a cell phone and said she would call the police. Rivera told the police he panicked and got mad, and then blocked his memory, becoming aware while at the driveway of a cornfield that he had placed the woman in his trunk. What? That sounds like horseshit to me. But you know, I've heard of blacking out because you drinking. I've actually experienced that in real life myself. I thought it was bullshit until it actually happened to me. But I don't know. Just rage. Got mad because she said she's going to call the cops because you're chasing her. Like, what? What? That don't compute to me. That sounds like a bunch of fucking horse shit. But he dragged the woman to an isolated area in the cornfield, he told police, then covered her body with corn leaves and drove away. After officials identified his vehicle in surveillance footage, he complied with law enforcement and led them to the body. Also, only after he knew he was caught did he actually help the police. He should have helped everybody and fucking shot himself in the face the day before he fucking killed this girl. It's very, very, very sad. Just 20 years old. That's shit's crazy. It's crazy and unnecessary. And like I said, it just bolsters their case that they gotta really push on illegal workers, illegal aliens, you know. But that doesn't mean every single illegal alien is a criminal. That's where they lose a motherfucker like me. There's a whole host of people that are here just trying to make money, just trying to do better, earn some good money, send a large amount of it back home, you know, and all that good shit, you know. Not everyone is a rapist or a killer the way some would have you believe. But even one is too much. So I guess they would argue, how do we tell? How can we tell? You know, if they're illegal, we got to get them out of here. You know, I don't know. I don't know how you balance that. I don't know. I mean, you go by a case-by-case basis. If you're working with a, you know, I don't know, an older gentleman who clearly is just selling oranges by the road and you've never had a run-in with him, maybe you let him go. Maybe you don't really have to send them home. You know, you don't need to waste all that money and ice and shit and then housing him and then, you know, sending him back to his country. But if you clearly got a motherfucker that got a jacket, you know, and you know, who's a clear fucking criminal, tattooed all up on his faces and shit, and, you know, he's all thugged out, yeah, of course. But, you know, that would involve actually doing work, not just kicking in doors and rounding motherfuckers up who don't have the right papers, you know. So I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm just reading fucking stories. I'm just the asshole who's reading these stories. Oh, this one is crazy. A daughter, 28 years old, suffers horrific injuries saving her mother from train tracks after suspect's alleged push. Her name is Katie Wenszell. She suffered a brain injury, foot amputation, and other injuries in a bid to save her mother from an oncoming train. They got to GoFundMe for her. Her name's Katie Wenszell. Wenszell. A Milwaukee woman remained in critical condition Tuesday after suffering horrific injuries Sunday in a bid to save her mother, who had been pushed off a platform onto tracks as a train approached. Katie Wenszell, 28 years old, was vacationing in Atlanta with her mom and sisters when the attack occurred at a MARTA station. MARTA? M-A-R-T-A? Atlantic something Transit Authority, I guess. I don't know. Atlanta, The daughter quickly jumped down to save her mother, Susan Wenszell, 58 years old, who had been knocked unconscious. Had she not done that, my wife would be coming home in a funeral box, Father Jerry Wenszell told the station, adding that his daughter was a hero in every sense of the word. Sue suffered a concussion, fractured elbow, and a hairline fracture. She was treated and released from a local hospital, but Katie suffered a brain injury and was scheduled to undergo facial reconstruction surgery. In addition, part of her right foot was amputated and her left shoulder was torn off. Holy shit. Swelling on the brain. They had to drill a hole in her head to relieve the pressure. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help the family with medical expenses. As of early Wednesday, it had reached $4,100 with a $5,000 goal. Video posted in a tweet by a Fox 5 Atlanta reporter showed one of the women struggling to emerge from below the train. Witnesses at the MARTA station gave their accounts of what happened. I saw her legs dangling, and she was crying for mercy. It's sickening. So she gets dragged a good little distance. For about 10 minutes, we're sitting there, not knowing if she's dead or alive. We were downstairs, and a man just started punching people, just going crazy. He was punching everybody. He hit the girl in the back of the head for no reason. Witnesses told Atlanta's WGCL-TV. Police arrested the suspect, identified as Christopher Patrick Brooklyn, 28 years old. He was charged with aggravated assault and battery. Surprised not attempted murder. There was no indication Brooklyn knew the woman he allegedly pushed, said the Captain Brian Lauda. Officer Corporal, I'm sorry, not Captain. CPL, I would imagine that's Corporal. I have no idea. Officer Corporal Brian Lauda. A motive was not immediately known. And that's a shame that that's the way it ends. But, I mean, she's not clinging for her life. She's apparently alive and gonna live, but with many sustaining injuries that she's gonna have to fucking deal with for the rest of her life. She did save her mom. And this is the fucking jerk off that did it. Can't fucking believe it, man. This world is fucked up. Yeah, that's the fucking asshole, didn't it? It's a sad state of affairs, people. For whatever reason. You know, what? He didn't take his pills. You know, what is going to be the real reason? Does it matter? Does why even matter? The fucking crazy person. People don't start punching motherfuckers in the back of the head and tossing them on train tracks. He's not illegal. He clearly looks like he was born here. So what's going to be your feedback on that? Oh, I know. I already know. You're going to go into the hood aspect, race aspect, that he's a black guy and whatever. There's white crazy people too. Stop. Crazy is crazy. What you should be probably, instead of going down that road, even if it's privately, even if publicly, of course, like Trump or people can't be like, black guys pushing women on trains. Of course they can't do that. But what they're not going to do is address the real problem, which is the mental health. The fact that he's most likely a crazy person who needs medication doesn't make it right. Of course not. And he should definitely go to jail for attempted murder. Fuck aggravated assault. Because, both of those women could have died. The lady would have definitely died if her daughter didn't go down there. And that girl is going to be dealing with this for the rest of her life. For the rest of her life, a piece of her foot is gone. Amputated. For the rest of her life, she's going to be dealing with her torn shoulder that got torn and healed. Every time it rains, you know how that goes. She's going to feel it and all that. It's very sad. It's very sad that Miss Katie Wenszell suffered a brain injury. Come on. So now we got two crazy, it's fucked up, but, now what needs to happen is they need to fucking really address the mental health problems in this country. There's always somebody flipping out. There's always things done for no apparent reason. And even if you find a 130-page manifesto, does it really matter? Who cares why? I don't want to know why. Crazy is crazy. If a guy shoots up his school because of perceived threats he thought it was, or the perceived bullies and whatever the fuck is going on in his stupid fucking head, get some pills. Get the right medication popping. Come on, let's start addressing this. There could be a lot less problems in this country if we actually address the mental health. There's a lot of crazy people. A lot of people off kilter. Bipolar, dissociative, all fucked up in the head. I didn't go to school for psychology, but I know crazy. I'm no stranger to madness, and it can be quelled. There's no reason that we have to live in a world feeling unsafe. You can't make people take medicine, but if you get it at an early age, if you address it early, kids are in school acting up, acting out, instead of just putting the ADD tag on them, really get them some help. See what's up. Get them real counseling, not just some stupid, quick fix counselor. Send them to a real, get some CAT scans popping. Let's really address the problem. Because if you get it early, there's more likelihood that person will live a long, productive life and not push people on train tracks. But they won't. They won't. There will be no talk of this guy's craziness. Who knows? Maybe he's perfectly sane and he's going to come on TV and say, I just wanted to push white people on the train. But, from what the witnesses say, it doesn't sound like a racial thing. He was not screaming anything about kill all whiteys. He was just randomly punching and pushing everyone who was within his vicinity. And I'm sure everyone on that fucking platform wasn't white. So let's fix the real problem. Let's just not use this as a platform to springboard some other horse shit that you're trying to shove down America's throats, please. And wow, I've run, I would say a little long, but I've run really fucking long. So I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna close it off. I was gonna talk about Asia Argento, one of the many women who accused Harvey Weinstein of raping her or assaulting her or whatever. I don't know her exact accusation, but she herself was paying somebody off because she sexually assaulted him, an underage kid, a young actor who was at the time underage, She paid him almost $400,000 to stay quiet. Yeah. So, Asia Argento gave hush money to former child actor Jimmy Bennett, who accused her of sexual misconduct. And let me tell you, these stories are not broad. Like, every time I look it up, there's not a lot of information. They keep talking about how other actresses feel as opposed to really the topic at hand, which is her. Sorry. I really have to find a way to get this, to get a better system of showing you these stupid people. Yeah, because this one's coming out blurry no matter what I do. Unfortunately. Come on, man. Can I get a goddamn witness? I don't know. I can't help you guys. Sorry. Some dizzy bitch. Asia Argento. Yeah, this story is literally one paragraph long. One fucking paragraph. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy shit. That is the end. It says read more. I hit the read more tab, and that's how big it fucking got. Why the fuck won't it? Whatever, man. Whatever. It won't grow. I mean, it won't clear up. I find that very disconcerting. No matter what I do, it won't clear up. At least the letters, damn. But that's the whole story. That's the whole story. And I guarantee you, when she accused Mr. Weinstein at first, because she was one of the first accusers, if I've read all these little stories correctly. Those stories were really fucking long. I gotta fucking see it. So it's weird how it's her. They just keep talking about all the other actresses who are heartbroken and heartsick over the charges, and they're hoping against hope that they're false. When Weinstein was coming, and you got the Ben Afflecks and stuff talking about, oh, let's wait till all the things, talking their heartfelt remarks right away. Oh, they're just covering for him because they're just toxic men, just like he is. Fucking horse shit. I don't want any woman to be raped and to be assaulted, and the people that did it to get away with it. But in this climate and age that we live in, people get accused of things and they're automatically guilty. So if that's the way it goes, it should also be for Miss Asia as well, because she clearly fucked an underage kid. That's it. That's it. That's all. I'm going to sign out. Love you guys. See you later. I'll get some better stories. I got you. All day. Peace.